Hi, today I'd like to talk about the Grout brush, a piece of equipment that every franchisee should have in his or her toolbox. So as you can see, we have two models here. We've got the smaller handheld unit, and then we've got the much larger one. Now this is generally used on floors. As you can see, it's a standard brush with really tight bristles. But what makes it really good for grout specifically is that edge. As you can see, it's got the tapered edge, and that edge right there, you just put it right into the grout, and it's really good for scrubbing the dirt, grime out of your grout lines. Now right now I've got it in my hand, but as you can see, it's actually made to go on the end of a pole. And I've always been a fan of any tool that you can just put on the end of a pole and let your weight do the work for you, rather than having to use your arms to put the pressure onto the dirt to get it out. All right, so this is your floor grout brush for grout lines, and also it actually works on getting stains out of carpets. You just put the stain remover on, and then you take this with the pole on the end and just scrub away. With too much pressure, you could probably actually do damage to the carpet. But the main thing to remember is this saves you a lot of time and energy. And of course, time and energy, as I always say, is one of a franchisee's biggest costs. But right now, what I'd like to focus on is this small handheld one. Now, quite often I'll walk into restrooms and I'll see something like this, where you've got a little bit of buildup here, and you've got one of these the bright work that's got all the nooks and crannies where things are always gathering. And then of course on the back, I don't know how many customers I've had complain about this kind of buildup along the back. Now you of course can take a little bit of extra care every time you clean the bright work to make sure this happens, doesn't build up. But you know, it can be difficult on a day-to-day basis, and certain northern accounts this just happens. Hard water just does it. So I always like to have one of these things on hand to show off to the customers. And you know, it doesn't always have to be me to show off to the customer. You can make sure that this never happens. You never get this buildup. So today I'm going to show you how it works. So I've got your standard everyday all-purpose cleaner, and I'm going to spray it on, and a little bit over here. Now, of course, you should be letting that sit for a good 2 to 5 minutes to really let the chemical do the work for you. Remember, the main idea is let the chemical work do the majority of the work for you, and you just kind of clean up the mess afterwards. So this has been sitting for a good 15 seconds, and away we go with the grout brush. And as you can see, this buildup is coming right off. All right. So not too much work at all. If you tried to do this with just a microfiber cloth and your standard cleaner, you would probably be here for quite a bit. All right, again, right in back where quite often I'm seeing buildup, and I have to mark people down for not clearing that up. And I get lots of calls from the customers complaining about this buildup. And you know, right here we have a lot of room. I can get my fingers, I can almost get my whole hand in between the edges of this faucet and the wall behind it. But sometimes you really need something this narrow just to get in there at all. Okay, and as you can see, there's a little bit of buildup here on the bright work itself, and you can try to get at that with a microfiber cloth, but this brush just gets right in there and gets right out there, and it just cleans it easily. And just get your microfiber cloth, wipe it away. So as you can see, there's still a little bit left in there. I should leave it to rest a little bit longer, or maybe do a little bit of scrubbing, or maybe even break out the solution 57 from one of our favorite chemical suppliers, which is basically a stronger version of CLR. But anyway, really wanted to show you the grout brush today, both the small handheld unit and the much larger one.